So I am going to now make a video in which I will illustrate and emphasize and elaborate the workings of my embodied language, so that when you listen to this, when you see me, when you take time to listen to someone who is listening to himself, when you do that, you experience the same calmness that I feel, the same pleasure that I feel, the same possibility that I have embodied with my embodied language. And you will also be acutely aware that this is what you are missing. Yeah, you do not have this. You do not have embodied language. So you have disembodied language. And so unless you know that you are having disembodied language, you cannot have embodied language. So there is a certain order of operations. There is a certain lawfulness. It is very simple. Unless you stop your disembodied language, you cannot have embodied language. And your pretension, because that's what it is, your pretension that you are already having embodied language is, of course, the biggest stand in the way of you ever having any embodied language. Yeah, your pretension. You are acting as if you already do what I do, and you don't. And so, unless you hear that from someone like me, you are never going to listen to yourself. You just pretend to know what you're talking about, and you make it seem as if everything you say is so important, or the other way around, right? You may also engage in disembodied language because supposedly nothing of what you say is important. Yeah? That's another conundrum, that you can be superior to somebody and have disembodied language, or you can feel inferior to somebody and still have disembodied language. And so when you have embodied language, you are neither inferior nor superior. And so that is what I am addressing in this video. I'm addressing in this video the workings of my ongoing embodied language, which of course is that you can hear me experience what it's like to really feel good, to really sound good, to say something which makes sense, and to acknowledge that this is missing in your life. This is totally missing in your life. You don't do this. You don't have this. You don't know how to have this. And as I've said, your disembodied language is the problem. Your disembodied language has never been stopped by you. You were never able to acknowledge for yourself, oh, this is my disembodied language. Hello. This is how I talk when I do not listen to myself. And yes, you talk and you do not listen to yourself. And when you, good morning, and when you do listen to yourself, you talk very differently. It seems as if when you begin to listen to yourself and have embodied language, as if your life has only just begun. And it is true. Your life hasn't yet begun because you have disembodied language. And unless you stop that, you live a vacuous life. You live a empty life. You live a meaningless life. You live a life of automatism. You're not really there. Yeah, you may be alive and you may do all kinds of things, but you never do what you do consciously. You never say what you say consciously. And so I let you listen to me because I say what I say consciously. And this is what it sounds like when a person speaks and says what he says. Yeah, it's the same for men as well as for women. And the whole issue of manhood or womanhood that everybody is so worked up about these days, it's a non-issue. It is totally a non-issue. But in disembodied language, it becomes an issue, or it becomes an issue. It seems like it is an issue, but it's not an issue. It cannot be an issue because being who you are is not an issue in embodied language. Being who you are seems to be an issue in disembodied language because you cannot be who you are with your disembodied language. Of course you are who you are, but you cannot express it properly. And so you say something, you behave your language in an ineffective way. You behave your language in an incorrect way because you don't listen to yourself. Yeah. And here you hear me using my language correctly. It's just as simple as that. And yes, the difference between right and wrong, there's another weird topic, just like we make the difference between men and women an issue. Also, we make the notion between what is supposedly right and wrong an issue. But as we have, like I do, embodied language, there is no issue with what is right and what is wrong. You are totally clear about what is right and what is wrong when you listen to yourself while you speak, but you have never listened to yourself while you speak. And so your notion with disembodied language about what is supposedly right or wrong is extremely problematic. Yeah. It's just amazing how, yeah, just a second. People have, in every society, in every culture, they have had notions about what is right and what is wrong. And look where we are with the world today. Look what is happening. How can it be that millions of people say this is right, and then there's other millions of people who say no, what you say is right is wrong, is evil? It has nothing to do with the religion. It has nothing to do with the politics or with the culture. We make it seem as if it is about that, but no. It is about how we talk. And it is about how we, as human beings, as individuals, as biological organisms, because that's what is actually needing our attention, that we are biological organisms who have certain responses which are innate. Innate responses means that you can't help respond that way. If I suddenly come close to you, or I don't know, say make a sound, or all of a sudden I approach you really quickly, you have a reflexive response. You want to blink your eyes, you want to duck, you want to move away. You know, there are innate responses that people have. And one of the first things when a baby is born, the doctor does is to check if the baby's reflexes are in order. Because that, there's a whole set of reflexes a baby has. If all these reflexes are there, the baby is considered to be, neurologically speaking, healthy. And in absence of these responses, something is organically not right with the baby, which is very unfortunate, but that is the case when these responses are not there. And so a healthy human being has a particular response to sound. And that is why certain sounds are threatening to us, and other sounds are soothing, other sounds are comforting, other sounds are regulating our nervous system so that we feel at ease. However, have we ever had the conversation with ourselves in which we let ourselves know about the sound which we ourselves make, which we ourselves produce while we talk? Have we ever listened to that sound while we speak with ourselves and said to ourselves, this is my sound, this is the sound I like to speak with, this is the sound I have when I speak and make sense, when I speak and when I am focused, when I use my intelligence to say what I'm able to say because my grasp of language is actually enhanced by my sense of well-being, which only occurs when I produce this sound. My sense of well-being is gone if I produce a sound which expresses my anxiety, my stress, my fear, my frustration, my worries. And then I do not express my intelligence. Then I express my stress. I express the negativity that I experience. And so, good morning. Hi. Hello. I either express my positivity with the sound of my voice, or I express my negativity. And yeah, of course, this has to do with my emotions. Yeah, I either feel good, I enjoy it, I have fun, I like it, I am curious also, in the sense that I explore, feel playful. I am intrigued by what I say. All of that is part of my positive emotions. I'm not fantasizing anything. No. I am actually saying what I'm capable of saying because I'm feeling so good. I'm feeling so happy. I feel lucky. I feel happy. I feel proud. I feel also victorious, because I know very well that having this positive feeling, having this positive emotion, isn't possible for almost everybody. And I know from my own history that I have been shortchanging myself for a long time by not having this. And so, and even while I had already discovered this, I was still oftentimes not having it because of my own conditioning history, which again was, good morning, which was of course triggered in some way, which was again activated. And here I am walking on this path here along the canal. I like to walk at this moment. They didn't need me at work today, so I got a day off again. And just when I thought, or when I was prepared to work today, I got a call. They didn't have enough things to do for the people that they have hired for the kind of work I do. And then they cancel you, and then hopefully tomorrow they need me again. I'm on the schedule to work, but only if they have enough products that they want people like me to demonstrate. And at any given day, apparently, there's more products, or there's less products than that there's people that can work there. And they also try to give everybody who works there pretty regularly a day of work or a couple of days of work. And so far I've been working almost always 4 days a week, sometimes even 5 days a week. But this week it looks like it was only going to be maybe 2 days a week, because I'm scheduled to go on a little trip this coming Friday, and looking forward to that as well. Anyways, this is all just also a natural outcome of me talking about my positive feelings and the realization that this phenomenon, the phenomenon of embodied language, is unknown to people. They claim to know it, but they don't know it. If we would know it, if you would know it like I know it, you would always want to have embodied language. Why wouldn't you? Why would you settle for your disembodied language if you know something better? You don't know anything better, and that is, sadly, the human condition, so to speak, in which we were all conditioned to listen to others, to remain busy with others, basically, and to let our language be a function of not listening to ourselves. So your use of language when you do not listen to yourself is entirely different. I use my language entirely different than you do, because I use language for myself. And you, who do not listen to yourself, you cannot use your language that way. You can actually only use your language to pretend. That's another one. You can only pretend to be happy. You can only pretend to be good to yourself. And you will do all kinds of things. You're involved in all sorts of things which supposedly show everyone, because that's also part of that too, you just being happy is not enough. No, you have to show other people how wealthy you are or how successful you are. And here I am making this video, and I'm not really, I've said so in the past, but I want to take these words back. I'm not here on this video showing you how happy I am. If I were doing that, if I was doing that, I would be just like everybody else. No, I am not making this video to show you how happy I am. As a matter of fact, I'm just looking at myself. I'm making this video to show myself and to let myself know, let myself hear how happy I am. Wow, you got a beautiful dog.
Thanks.
Hello. Hey, how are you? Hey. And so, and the fact that you are allowed to listen to this is, if you ask me, for you, something fortunate, because there's nobody else out there who does what I do. And so, if you somehow get hooked on what I'm talking about, you are going to be, you're going to want this. You're going to want this, and you're going to do this yourself. Because it is so wonderful. It is so pleasant to have your own language, to embody your own language. And that wonderful feeling continues also when you don't talk. I feel like I have to go to the bathroom. At the end of this path there is a park and there is a bathroom there. So I believe I need to jump on my bicycle to go there. This is because of the coffee that I drank this morning. I drank a cup of coffee, and the coffee always makes me want to pee. Wow. It is such a nice morning. It feels like really soft autumn weather, and I feel extremely fortunate that I'm having a day off, and that I am, because of that, such a sense of enjoyment. You know, one of the things that I was talking about yesterday, and which I would like to say something more about, is that when you have embodied language, you keep being surprised, you keep being grateful about the fact that you're no longer doing what you used to be doing. And it's amazing because you know how big of a tendency that was, and you also recall how often you were sad, or you were feeling despair, you were feeling panic, you were feeling frustrated, and you remember how it seemed as if it would never ever stop, as if it would never ever get any better, no matter what you tried. and it didn't get any better as long as you kept trying to make it better. But it is important then to recognize once more that embodied language is not about making things better. Because when you have embodied language, you are basically done trying to make things better. Things are better. And so you don't need to make it better. And so you just enjoy whatever you have when you have embodied language. And it's so superb. That is so exquisite. Now, okay, I'm coming close to the bathroom here. I'm almost there. Just a little bit further here on this path. And then I'll let you know. Oh, here, wait. I'm just gonna sit here on this little bench for a little bit. Look how beautiful it is here. The sun is shining underneath the trees like that. I'm just gonna sit here for a little while, and yeah, I'm just gonna sit here even though I need to go. I'm just still gonna sit here for a little bit to to close off this video, and to let you know that you can now also, with me, even though I have to pee, you can still enjoy what has been accomplished by everything I've said. And so I am going to, in the future that I'm making videos, I'm going to repeatedly emphasize this, that something is achieved with what I have said. And currently, this is what has been achieved. I'm going to close my eyes for a moment. And I'm going to once more let you know, let myself know, that yes, with disembodied language, we all believe that there is language inside of us, but there is no language inside of us. And if anything is clear after having embodied language for a while, it is the fact that it is really true. There is no inner language. There never was. We just believed, because of our previous way of dealing with language, in which we were not listening to ourselves while we speak. We believed in having a mind, in having thoughts, in having inner conversations with ourselves. But such conversation actually never really happened. It couldn't happen. There is no language inside of us. There's only that which I'm saying right now and which I'm hearing. I hear it in the same way as I hear a little bird chirp, and I hear some cars driving by. And yeah, I'm going to open my eyes now, and I'm going to wish you a wonderful day, and I'm going to have a great day, and I hope you're also going to have a great day.